Hello, hello, and good evening, everyone, and welcome to the ROS 2024 GGH Qualifiers. We are your casters for tonight. What's up, mga kaibigan? This is James.
This is RKM King.
Wow, how are you, RKM King? No intro?
At all.
No intro at all. Anyway,
Just straight to the point. We
today,
have 4 matches today, James.
yes, it's 4 matches today. But anyway, today we will be having the full secondaries for tonight. So, like what RKM King said, there are 4 matches that will be happening tonight. It's going to be the matches between Dark Descendants versus Lamboing ni Darling, Alpha versus Sigma NA, Lulu Secret Shop versus Konan, Vindicated versus KOS. And for the first match, we'll be having Dark Descendants versus Lamboing ni Darling. For Dark Descendants, RKM King, Dark Descendants is a guild that has a storied history on both the Chaos and Yggdrasil servers, and they look forward to enjoying their journey together as they strive to become the best guild.
Yeah. So for Lamborghini Darling, again, it has been mentioned that they've been a legendary force since the dawn of the Philippine Ragnarok online era, renowned for their fierce competitiveness and indomitable spirit. The guild seamlessly transitioned to the international stage, maintaining their dominance. Their legacy of excellence is evidenced by their consistent top-tier performance and qualification for every prestigious Ragnarok competition. So Lamborghini Darling stands as an iconic testament to elite gaming prowess and unrivaled dedication in the Ragnarok universe.
Anyway, guys, if you don't know about Ragnarok Stars 2024, ROS or Ragnarok Stars 2024 is a regional tournament which will be happening in October. Representatives Gravity Game Hub, Gravity Game Link, Gravity Game Tech, and Gravity Communications will be holding a competition in Bangkok, Thailand. ROS 2024 GGH Qualifiers is an exclusive GGH only tournament, and the stakes are even higher in this tournament because as not only will this determine GGH strongest, this is also an opportunity to fight stronger opponents to represent GGH in an even bigger event. So for the GGH qualifiers, RKM King will only be having a single the winner, the grand finals winner will be representing GGH for the upcoming Ragnarok Stars 2024.
Yeah, no second chances for those who are going to lose.
It's not top 2 for GGH in our like ROS 2023. So for ROS 2024, it's only going to be the grand finals winner. So RKM King, the first match is going to happen in just a bit. So what are your expectations for this match?
Well, in this case, since this is the second leg of our tournament, so I think I can expect better strategies, and of course, they should be able to find the proper balance in their lineups. So in the past, or let's say last week, I think some of the teams suffered from maybe lack of consistent damage. So in this case, I'm hoping that the teams can adjust their lineups to suit better what they wish to accomplish in this map. So again, so as we can see, the map has been changed as compared to what we had last week. So hopefully they can execute well. So we only have 10 seconds.
Yes, and yeah, actually Dark Descendants is on the left side while Lamboing ni Darling is going to be on the right side. As you can see, Lamboing ni Darling has that mechanic which is fairly known to be very, very lethal in this map, but they're not moving right now as Dark Descendants are closing in.
Are they disconnected?
Did they have any issues?
The Ronin is moving. The Ronin is moving, huh?
Yeah, everyone is moving, so I'm not sure what happened. I'm not sure what happened, why they are not moving.
So let's see.
They if they're not moving but the match has already started, they should have informed the marshals, I guess, if they have issues or problems with going in. But let's see, they're still there in their spot while Dark Descendants are already in the middle of the map. Of course, like what I said, mechanic is very, very lethal in this map because of the bridge that they can go in, right? If they enter the bridge, if they go to that bridge, of course, with that front slide and that quick suicidal destruction, that can eliminate a lot of the players. But I think
Yeah.
there had been issues, I think, for Lambuching the Darling, technical problem.
Yeah.
They couldn't move. Right. So
They
that's
got
why
recalled
we're
right
still
away.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, in that
hopefully. ho-
well,
hmm?
to be fair now, at the very least, they got disconnected before the match started.
Mhm.
Because I think based on the rules, if they got disconnected while they are so this in game or
Mhm.
already fighting, I think that's going to be considered as a knockout.
Mhm.
So yeah, at the very least, again, the saving grace. They got quote unquote disconnected or having issues right before the match.
Mhm. Yes, and match will be starting in just a bit. So while we wait for the matches or the teams to set up, we'll be taking a very, very short break. When we come back, again, we'll be heading on straight to the match. All right, and we are back here at ROS 2024 GGH Qualifiers. Again, we're going to start with match 1. And there were some technical difficulties, but now it's okay already. Hopefully, RKM King.
Between the Descendants and Lamboing ni Darling, I hope nobody experiences the same technical difficulties.
Mm-hmm. I'm quite excited for what's going to happen in this match. And actually, let's quickly head on to the game. All right.
I think they're moving. I can see their box.
Yes, they're moving
Right.
already. All right. Again, mechanic is going to be deadly in this map. Both teams are utilizing a mechanic currently for both Dark Descendants and Lamboing ni Darling. Lamboing ni Darling has that guillotine cross as what we've seen from the preliminary rounds of the tournament, but who knows what can happen here as there is a choke point here in this map. Dark
Yeah, they've been
Descendants
spotted.
closing in. Lamboing ni Darling is actually going to rotate at the top side while Dark Descendants are keeping the middle area safe. Of course, they want to keep that area safe, for them to be able to control the choke points left and right. But it can also be a double-edged sword as it can affect their mobility there in that area. Of course, again, they're dealing with a mechanic that can use suicidal destruction. So that can be quite difficult. Stasis on the floor here by that Warlock actually scouting Lamboing ni Darling. But Lamboing ni Darling is going to back off and move to a different area. And that Sura going in. Gates of Hell targeting that Guillotine Cross. But unfortunately, that Guillotine Cross... Oh, Suicidal Destruction! Nice Suicidal Destruction here coming from Dark Descendants as 2 will go down. While that Rune Knight of Dark Descendants going in charge attack and just chasing down Lamboing ni Darling, but he's all alone right there. Lamboing ni Darling is just running away while that Sura is closing in. No, Rune Knight will go to the right side and they will regroup right there. 5 members left for Lamboing ni Darling right now. Unfortunately, we couldn't see because the overlay is gone on our end. But yeah, Dark Descendants just wants to chase down Lamboing ni Darling right here. Dark Descendants, no. Dark Descendants closing in, dispels going off. White Imprison right here from Dark Descendants. Guillotine Fist going off Curse Circle. And that Rune Knight has that Berserk on, is just hitting, I think, the Royal Guard of Dark Descendants. Stormblast, of course, will go off. Dark Descendants will lose 2 members right here. Dark Descendants is left with only 1 as Lamboing ni Darling. Royal Guard will go for that Guillotine Fist and take this match. What a win here for Lamboing ni Darling.
Yeah. So it was a bizarre interaction between the two teams. So one team was chasing after the other.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end,
Yes.
Lamboing ni Darling was able to clean everyone up.
Yeah, actually, Lamboing ni Darling utilized the map really well. Again, they rotated, made sure they are at a decent spot to land that suicidal destruction, to eliminate their opponents. Again, that Rune Knight of Lamboing ni Darling went for that Berserk, or was that a... Actually, I think it was a Berserk, right?
It was Berserk.
It was a Berserk. But he went in, attacked Dark Descendants, taking down some members. I think Suicidal Destruction landed. That's why it was a quick elimination on their end. But yeah, they utilized the map really well. Just that choke point to catch Dark Descendants off guard. And finally took round number 1 on their hands. RKM King, what can you say about that round number 1?
Well, it feels like, as what you mentioned, the better utilization of the map will help you secure a victory in this kind of setup. So, as compared to what happened last week, a methodical approach, a defensive approach has always been critical in securing wins. So, in this case, for some reason, the Dark Descendants felt like they have to jump on Lamboing. So, after the Warlock Castle Stasis, so they keep on chasing, but unfortunately that didn't work well for them. Well, obviously that didn't work So yeah, they got caught off guard. They got out of position. Even like they could have picked off the RK, but they left him. He was able to move past all the members of Dark Descendants.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
so it
was
was yeah.
a good win for Lamborghini Darley. Again, Dark
Mm,
Descendants was caught off guard. That's why they really took advantage of that round. But yeah, I'm quite excited on what's going to happen for round number 2. Again, we'll be seeing some action here. Of course, Dark Descendants won't take these loss as
yeah.
a quickly, and they won't take this easily. They want to quickly come back because again, that suicidal destruction landed perfectly, eliminating two
Mm,
members from Lamborghini Darling. But Lamborghini Darling just really utilized the map again, let Dark Descendants chase. That's why they
mm,
got that victory.
yeah.
Right? I think teams are just setting up their characters, of course, buying potions because we had quite a long match here in round number 1.
Mm,
So for round number 2, I'm pretty sure they're going to re-strategize and think of different ways to counter their opponent's tactics. If Lamborghini Darling does the same thing, like use the whole map, utilize the whole map, and just rotate, wait for the right opportunities to strike or that specific choke point before they actually push in, maybe they can take this win again in round number 2. But if Dark Descendants, changes things up,
mm,
maybe uh, became patient a little bit,
yeah.
or just
Yeah.
push in, just really, really pushed in, maybe they can, easily take this around against Lamborghini Darling
Yeah, Dark
for
Descendants
round 2.
has a Warlock, so hopefully they utilize it well.
Mm-hmm.
Because based on my observation, the Warlock is, let's say, too aggressive for his own good.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, they were able to utilize the AoE skills and the disables that the Warlock can offer. So since they're chasing after the other team, they were able to utilize those skills. So hopefully, they find, let's say, the perfect mix of aggression
Mm-hmm.
and execution of their strategies.
Mm-hmm. Well, that warlock from Dark Descendants has guts. As you went in, you just went to the stack there of Lamborghini Darling, used stasis, then went back. If they could have followed it up, maybe they could have done something, but unfortunately, they were stuck there at the middle at that choke point. They
Yeah.
don't want to make a mistake, so that's why they need to be careful. You don't want to be that aggressive and risk your whole team getting eliminated. So let's see what will happen here in round number 2. Again, if they can utilize the warlock, maybe catch um that mechanic with that white imprison.
Quite imprisonment. Yeah.
Maybe they can hold things off, or maybe catch someone with that white imprison. Not
Mm.
exactly the mechanic.
The mechanic. Yeah.
Yeah, but they can catch someone else, right, with that white imprison, and that's already -1 on the side of their own opponent. Or maybe deal DPS with that what do you call this,
Soul expansion and chain lighting.
soul
Yeah.
expansion, yes,
Yeah.
and instant telekinesis. Right. So let's see what happen right here. Mm-hmm. Okay. So yeah, RKMK. So for now, what are your expectations here for round number 2?
Well, I think Dark Descendants should prioritize their survival. So
Mm-hmm.
again, aim for a 1-1. So their mistake, it's already been done. So I think they just have to communicate their moves better.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, the initial disconnect between the Warlock and his teammates, that's one of the, let's say, the most, or should I say, the turning point of the game. So it
Mm-hmm.
could have been in their favor if there was a follow up after the stasis. And again, that can be easily remedied by communicating with your teammates
Mm-hmm.
better. Yeah, because the movement from point A to point B in this map is a little bit harder because the map is narrow. So it has a lot of corners. So yeah, the follow up, even if you have a Sura or even if you have a mechanic, they cannot simply jump in from where they initially positioned. So that's going to be one of their main priorities. So you just have to smoothen it up, clean it up, and hopefully get their first win.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Actually, we've been mentioning Warlock for quite a bit. You know, I'm curious on wanting to play a Warlock now because it has a lot of technicalities, lot of mechanics involved,
Hmm.
but I don't know how to play Warlock.
Well, I am not an expert when it comes to Warlock, but I know that Warlock can dish out that massive damage.
Mm-hmm.
So it can be an AoE or it can be single target skill.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and of course, Warlocks have an unbelievable mix of damage and disable. So if they can find their, let's say, a specific target that they wanted to eliminate, I think having a Warlock is a, let's say, a special weapon in eliminating single target characters, or especially those who are going to be out of position.
Mm-hmm.
They just have to find a way to make it work.
Yes,
Yeah,
actually.
so basically they have it again. So
Mhm.
the Warlock, yeah.
Yeah, I think they're gonna try and utilize this Warlock really well. Let's see what they can do. Again, if they will utilize this choke point for Dark Descendants, or will Lambuching Darling shake things up and, just go for that early game aggression as round number 2 has just started. Dark Descendants, Asura already crossing the bridge right here. Lambuching ni Darling, of course, will try and rotate again. They don't want to clash there in the middle.
Yeah.
They're trying to do their best and not clash there. Of course, they don't want to get caught by that suicidal destruction as Lambuching ni Darling will rotate and try their best. Stasis again coming from that Warlock. It's too far again on the side of Dark Descendants, but no, Dark Descendants will try and catch them here. Suicidal destruction will appear.
Nice,
Lambuching ni
nice, nice,
Darling lost 3 members right now. It's 6 versus 4. Dark Descendants attacking that sorcerer of Lambuching ni Darling. On the other hand, Dark Descendants, that guillotine cross is eliminating members from Lambuching ni Darling one by one. Cross impact taking down that Archbishop. And
5v2.
yeah, a look at what's happening right now. We have Tombs on the floor, Guillotine Fist to try and take down that Rune Knight, or last member, rather, Guillotine Cross of Lambuching ni Darling, and that Guillotine Cross is the only one remaining on their side.
One down, one down. So
And
it's 3-1.
yeah, it's 3 against 1. But again, that Guillotine Cross can still dish out a lot of damage. But who knows? Dark Claw, no! He got caught by that Curse Circle!
Oh,
Oh my
One shot.
goodness! Dark Descendants will be taking that round.
yeah. So they were able to make it work the way they wanted it to work.
Uh-huh.
So basically, our let's say our opinion does not matter on that case.
Mhm.
So they repeated the same thing. They went into the same position as they were in game 1.
Mhm.
So Lamborghini Darling reciprocated that and moved towards the same position they as they were in game number 1. So it
Mhm.
was like a repeat of the first match, but in this case, after casting stasis, Lamborghini Darling moved towards a different direction, or should I say, Dark Descendants moved towards a different direction, and the mechanic just simply exploded the team, so eliminating 3 people in one go.
Mhm.
So yeah,
Yeah,
so
very
in
good
that
strategy
case,
there
yeah, it
for
worked.
Dark Descendants. Yeah, they countered actually what Lambuching ni Darling was doing in round number 1.
Mm,
And for the first time ever here in the ROS 2024 GGH qualifiers, we'll be having a round number 3,
game 3.
a game number 3. And whoever wins
Yeah.
this will be moving forward to the next match, or the next round, which is going to be the semifinals already.
Yeah, at the very least, Dark Descendants showed that they are capable of learning.
Mhm.
So yeah, the game 3, it's time for Lambuching to show us if they can actually adapt or learn something from, let's say, game number 2. So it's their time to adjust.
Mhm. And yeah, what I like about what Dark Descendants did there at the the end of the match rather, when that guillotine cross was alive again, we've seen the capability of guillotine cross.
Mm.
With him landing that dark claw on that royal guard and possibly using maybe 2 or 3 cross impacts,
Mm.
and Dark Descendants having no Archbishop, they can eliminate that royal guard if that royal guard isn't aware of what's happening or has or
Mm.
got caught, right? So I like how they utilize that curse circle to trap or
Mm.
catch that guillotine cross, and they made sure they can eliminate with that rune knight and that royal guard together.
Yeah, they technically leveraged the numbers advantage.
Mm-hmm.
That's always been the case for teams with numbers of advantage. They really have to use it. Otherwise, they can be, let's say, put in an upset wherein one DPS class or one burst damage dealer can basically eliminate 3 people.
Mm-hmm.
So that's not far from the truth, since as you can see how the Guillotine Cross eliminated, or how easily the Guillotine Cross eliminated the Archbishop on that bridge. So it was basically 2 CIs, and that's
Mm-hmm.
it.
Yeah.
So and we can basically repeat it, let's say 3 times if they weren't careful enough.
Mm-hmm.
In that case, yeah, nice use of numbers.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, the guillotine cross of Dark Descendants had a different target all along. So
Mm.
he wasn't with the stack, or
Mm.
rather, the first part he was with the stack, but he tried to catch the running Lamboing ni Darling members again.
Mm.
A great utilization of that the map and the suicidal destruction as well. And that's why I said that this map mechanic is really really deadly.
Mm.
And you can just choose a choke point, hold the choke point, catch your opponent off guard. Maybe like what Dark Descendants did in round number 2. You stasis to get him to go to a different direction. Just bait them out. Then Lamboing ni Darling, or Dark Descendants rather, suicidal destruction on the other side. And who knows what will happen here in round number 3. Both these teams showed what they are capable of. Again, utilizing the whole map to their advantage. And maybe Lamboing ni Darling can go for that early game progression to catch Dark Descendants off guard. Or maybe Dark Descendants can go for that waiting game. Let's see. Maybe
Yeah.
they will switch sides at round number 3. Who knows?
Yeah, also the Sura of Dark Descendants have provided them with enough information
Mhm.
on where Lambuching the Darling is going. So yeah, I think Lambuching must improve in their information gathering in round number 3, because technically they've been moving as a team. Yes, that's an ideal scenario, but then again, the opponent has an eye or has a vision of where you're going. So yeah, the advantage is on the team with enough vision.
Yes.
So hopefully they can utilize something, let's say their Sura or one of their members, to simply pick or look at where Dark Descendants is. So yeah, so hopefully they have, or hopefully both of the teams can improve on game number 3,
Mhm.
because that's what we want. We don't
Yeah.
really, or we don't, let's say, necessarily want just a winner. We want to get entertained as well. And
Mhm.
competitive matches are the most entertaining ones.
Yes, that's why you always say RKM King. Information is key in
Yeah.
these matches as well. As round number 3 will be starting in a few seconds, I guess.
They must have
Yeah, so
burnt their
we're just
resources.
waiting for them to use up all their resources as what we see right here. Okay. So yeah, like what you said, I think they burned up a lot of resources there in round number 2 and round number 1. So maybe this time around they can shake things up. They're still utilizing the same lineup for both of these teams as well. You can see what a good view of this map. An overall view of what's happening right here. And let's see, as they won't encounter each other right off the bat here. Okay, and the match has started. Dark Descendants actually pushing in. Oh, they're gonna
Uy,
push in as well. Line Protector, Nooker Circle, catching a lot of people from Dark Descendants. Dark
three
Descendants
down.
already lost 3 members. Lost 2, now down to 2 rather. Dark
Oh my
Descendants
god.
is down to 1. And they still have that Guillotine Cross. That only member left from Dark Descendants.
That's
What is that
1v5.
Guillotine
Very
Cross
unfortunate for Dark
going to
Descendant.
do? Yes, they got caught. Like what I said earlier, RKM King, Lamboing Darling went for that aggressive play in round number 3 to catch Dark Descendants off guard. And I
Yeah.
think they really did get caught off guard right there. Cross impact. Ooh!
Oh, match over.
Guillotine fist to finish the round. And wow, what an intense way to end that match.
Well, let's say that Lamborghini Darling knows how to learn
Mm-hmm.
from their previous mistakes or from from the previous matches. So in this case, yeah, they were able to adapt and of course execute a different strategy. So
Mm-hmm.
the first 2 rounds they were like waiting. So they are the, let's say, the less aggressive team.
Mm-hmm.
They're waiting for Dark Descendants to move in. But then again, for round number 3, yeah, they changed it up. So upon the start of the game, they simply dove at the middle, caught Dark Descendants off guard, and since the map is really narrow, uh, the self-destruct or the suicidal destruction has been the bane of this say this team or this map. So
Mm-hmm.
it really caused a lot of damage, taking down I think 3 members of Dark Descendants in one go.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
Yeah,
that's basically it.
and I gotta commend these two teams. Yeah,
Mm,
they really adjusted and adapted well to what's happening around
mm,
them. And yeah, congratulations to Lamboing Darling for getting this win and moving on to the semifinals. And yeah, that's it for match number 1. Match number 2 is going to start in just a bit. But
mm.
before that happens, you know, RKM King, nothing much. We're just going to take a we're just going to take a very, very short break. When we come back, it's going to be the match between Alpha and Sigma
Sigma NA.
NA. All right, so stick around and we'll be right back.
Okay.
All right, and we are back here at ROS 2024 GGH Qualifiers. Again, we are casters. This is James.
This is King.
Yes, and now we are getting ready for round or match number
Match
two
number.
between Alpha and Sigma NA. So Alpha, it's the first time we're going to be seeing them in the ROS GGH qualifier, ROS 2024 GGH qualifiers. So Alpha, this is a building a team with their old buddies and enjoying the journey together in Ragnarok Online. It's a great way to strengthen their bond and have fun while playing. By prioritizing teamwork and having a positive attitude, they were able to enhance their gameplay experience and achieve greater success in the game. Collaborating with their team members, communicating effectively, and supporting each other's growth will be key in reaching their goals. And that's Alpha Team.
Yeah, and as compared to Sigma NA, which is simply a team who is all about friendship and competition.
All right.
As simple as that.
And I gotta say, for additional information, Alpha is the team who actually won the ROS 2023 GGH qualifiers, and they represented GGH in Ragnarok Stars 2023 last year in Indonesia.
Yeah. So basically, they have the advantage in terms of experience.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we can say that.
Yes.
And hopefully, they can show the experience that they have, or should they say they should be able to utilize it in this tournament, versus again our GGH qualifier participants. But then again, Sigma and A, hopefully, with the power of friendship, they can overcome such challenges.
Let's see. The power of friendship versus the experienced Alpha team who will be able to get this victory in match number 2. Right, let's see what will happen right here. Sigma NA is on the left side, while Alpha is going to be at the right side right here. And let's see how this will go. Is it going to be an early game aggression between these two teams, or is it going to be a patient battle? All right, let's see what will happen. Sigma NA pushing in. Oops. Sigma NA, no curse circle, guillotine fist. Alpha already lost 2 members right here. Alpha is down to 4 members rather. And Alpha is just going to rotate right here. And Alpha is was caught off guard by Sigma NA. And Sigma NA is just going to try and hold their spot, while Alpha still has that Shadow Chaser, that Warlock, Royal Guard, and Archbishop. I'm not sure how much they can do. Maybe utilize the damage of that Warlock right there and deal damage to Sigma NA. But if Alpha didn't build that Warlock as a damage dealer, this can be quite difficult for Alpha right here. Unless of course they utilize that Royal Guard to use that shield break. So let's see how this is going to unfold. Alpha just keeping their distance right here. Sigma NA doesn't want to lose their advantage in this match. Again, Sigma NA is still cautious right here because a mistake can cost them this match. Although Alpha is going to have quite a difficult time, but Sigma NA still has the upper hand in terms of firepower to deal with Alpha right here. Alpha just trying to close in, just trying to scout to where Sigma NA is, while Sigma NA is just going to hold their positions. Alpha just closing in, fire pillars on the floor, of course, to prevent the other people from going in. Stormgust will get casted. Alpha just rotating, just making sure they have a decent hold on where they are at right now. Sigma NA holding that spot on the lower bridge. Alpha just closing in. No, will go back and rotate to a different spot. Both of them are just trying to play it safe right now. They don't want to make a bold decision or bold move currently. Of course, they don't want to they don't want to make a mistake and lose this match.
Yeah, because at some point Alpha has to do something. So
Mm-hmm.
Sigma simply either buying their time or waiting for Alpha to do something because they have the numbers advantage. So in this case, if the time ends right now, Sigma will win the match automatically.
Mm-hmm. Alpha baiting or that Shadow Chaser got caught. Alpha lost their Shadow Chaser right there. Stasis gets casted by Alpha. Alpha down to 2 members. They still have that mechanic, or rather Royal Guard
Royal
and
Guard.
Archbishop. And the Royal Guard just trying to deal a little, or just trying to survive right here along with the Archbishop. But Sigma NA doesn't want to push in and try and take that Royal Guard out. Sigma NA still has 7 members right here. I think that mechanic is just trying to break the items of that Royal Guard right here. Earth Drive? Not enough damage here coming from Sigma NA. They still want to finish this match. I think they can easily take out the members of Alpha right here. Again, Royal Guard will get caught. Guillotine Fist to take down that Archbishop. Royal Guard is going to be all alone. Of course, Lex Eterna, Curse Circle. What's going to be the finish right here? Cross Impact for that finish. Sigma NA will be getting round number 1 of this match.
Yeah, the Sura actually was able to traverse the map in an instant.
Mm-hmm.
At the start of the map, he simply body relocated until he reaches the stack of Alpha and was able to actually punch someone using his Extremity Fist or Asura Strike.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so from there, the numbers advantage has been for Sigma NA. So
Mm-hmm.
they were able to eliminate 3 people in an instant.
Yes, and it's quite difficult for uh, Alpha because I think they got caught off guard by Sigma NA right there. Again, with that very very quick push, which this map is really known for. Utilizing that mechanic front slide suicidal destruction, or maybe that Sura
Yeah.
with a body relocation, then Curse Circle or Guillotine Fist to take someone down immediately. They
Mm.
really utilized the advantages that you can have in this map.
Yeah, because basically the bridge at the middle can connect the two teams. Alpha or Sigma NA was able to move faster than Alpha. So
Mm-hmm.
Alpha wasn't able to move away from the starting spot. So they got caught off guard, and yeah, after the Sura came in, so upon watching the replay, so after
Mm-hmm.
Sura came in, their mechanic or the mechanic from Sigma NA was able to come in and use suicidal destruction to eliminate 2 people. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so that's basically the story. And from there, uh, Sigma NA has been playing carefully, even though they have the numbers advantage, whereas Alpha has to find a way to engage. Unfortunately, the remaining characters or the remaining players on their team does not have that kind of damage to eliminate 7 people. So they were able to take down 1 person. So that's very unfortunate for them that their main damage dealers has been taken out.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so the only way or the only thing that they can do is to stall the game and hopefully discuss something while they are trying to survive for that long.
Mm-hmm. If you are Alpha, what do you think is the best way to deal with a full rush coming from a team like Sigma NA?
Well, they are basically sporting same characters, maybe except for the Shadow Chaser.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just, I think it's just a matter of principle on or game plan on what to do at the start of the game. Because basically, they really move a lot slower as compared to Sigma NA.
Mm-hmm.
So that's I think the only difference. So Sigma NA was able to execute their game plan. They simply jump from point A to point B.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so I cannot fault Alpha for that because that's
Mm-hmm.
basically they were blitzed. So if they're not expecting a blitz, then definitely uh, this this thing can happen. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, always expect the unexpected. Just just in any tournament. So yeah, so hopefully Alpha has something up their sleeves
Yeah,
because if Sigma NA does this again, they might get eliminated in let's say 0.
yeah. Let's see what will happen here in round number two. As like what I've said, Alpha it was the ROS 2023 um GGH qualifiers champion. So maybe I think they can adjust. They were really just caught off guard there in that round. But let's see for round number two if Sigma NA will repeat that same strategy against Alpha, or will Alpha, do the same thing to Sigma NA right there, or they will play the patient game and wait for the opportunity to strike.
Yeah, so yeah, again, hopefully they can do something about it, just like in our first match.
Mhm.
So hopefully they can find their first win.
Mhm.
So yeah, basically the only disadvantage that Alpha has as compared to other teams is that they they were not able to play during the first leg
Mhm.
because they're basically, let's say, a seeded team.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if you're a seeded team, you're basically waiting for a people to, let's say, advance.
Mhm.
But without that, let's say, first game advantage or first game experience, they
Mhm.
might be a little bit rusty as
Mhm.
compared to these teams.
Yeah, the a team who played last week, right?
Yeah,
But yeah, RKM King, I gotta say, here in this map, right? I think Guillotine Cross is, um, doesn't have that much of an advantage compared to the last map they played in last week
yeah,
because of
because
mobility issues
yeah,
and the choke point.
yeah, they basically have to walk through several narrow edges
Mm-hmm.
because basically almost all detection skills can detect them.
Mm-hmm.
So they have no choice but to, let's say, engage.
Mm-hmm. And let's see what will happen here in round number two. Again, this is the match between Sigma NA and Alpha. Will there be an early push coming from Sigma NA or Alpha right here? Or is it going to be a waiting game for these two teams? Let's see what will happen. Sigma NA on the left, Alpha on the right. Alpha just preparing themselves right here. Alpha, Sura going in. No, Sigma NA doesn't want to do the same thing that they did in round number one. Now they are just trying to adjust to making sure they have that spot there at the end of the bridge at the bottom. While Alpha is utilizing the whole side of the map, of course, to take advantage and get a decent space for them to work with. Sigma NA is just holding this spot there at the bottom of the bridge, or that the end of the bridge, and no one seems to want to rotate currently. Alpha is just right there on their side. Sigma NA on the left side, and no one is actually openly scouting, but Alpha I think is close to scouting the Sigma NA right here. Alpha just scouted with their Sura currently, and they know each other is there, and they're just taking it easy. They don't want to make a rush play or make a mistake right here. They know that Sigma and A is utilizing that mechanic well in this map, while Alpha has that Warlock and Shadow Chaser to work with. Warlock, Fire Pillars.
Yeah, the Warlock might be
Mhm.
instrumental in their first win in this case. Because
Mhm.
playing defensively, I think Alpha has more tools in their arsenal
Mhm.
as compared to Sigma.
Mhm.
So let's see if Sigma is going to willingly enter the fray in
Mhm.
this case.
Yeah, and like what I saw that Alpha is using Rolling Cutter, of course, is stacking up some charges right here. Maybe he wants to go for that that
Cross Reaper
that
Slasher.
Cross
Yeah.
Ripper Slasher to attack Sigma NA from a range distance. But yeah, none of them is making a bold move currently. They want to hold their spot. Again, choke points are really deadly. No one wants to rotate at the top side as well. So they don't want to clash right there. They don't want to deal with that mechanic, I guess. So they want to get a hold of that mechanic on the side of Sigma NA. That's why Alpha doesn't want to blindly push in. Alpha Shadow Chaser just holding that choke point at the top while that Warlock is holding that choke point at the bottom. And no one is holding the choke point there on top. I think if Alpha gets pushed from the top side right there, it's going to be quite difficult for Alpha. But again, Alpha is openly scouting where Sigma NA is. Sigma
But
NA just holding their spot currently for now.
I think the Shadow Chaser is trying to move at the middle portion of the map
Maybe they
because they
want to take
basically
that,
laid
right?
some trap. They laid some traps at the top part of the map. So the only place that Sigma NA can traverse is the middle. So in this case, let's see if who
Ooh,
comes first.
ooh,
Okay,
Alpha.
so
Alpha is moving. Alpha is moving. Alpha. Now let's see. Alpha just rotated the top side of the map. They kept nothing right here while Sigma and A is going to be there at the same spot. Alpha wants to push in. Of course, sacrifices will go off to make sure no one dies from a suicidal destruction play here coming from a Sigma and A. But Sigma and A is going to hold their spot. They want to bait Alpha into going full divestment actually. I think connected there on the Royal Guard of Sigma and A. Cross impact will go off. That Warlock of Sigma and A got caught but didn't lose his life right there against Alpha's cross impact, guilting cross impact right there. So Shadow Chaser openly scouting. Now Sigma NA wants to push in. That mechanic has the defense spot right here. Will we see a suicidal destruction? No, suicidal destruction! But it got dissipated right here by Alpha. 6 members
countered
left.
by the
Sigma
sorcerer.
NA is down to 4. Now Sigma NA Land Protector just trying to revive the battle right here. And the Sigma NA is down to 3. Guilting Cross is still alive along with that Sura. So Alpha is
by the
down to
sorcerer.
4.
Yeah.
For Alpha, they still have that Sura. They still have that Sorcerer, that Royal Guard, and that Archbishop. They can still do a lot of things right here for Alpha. But for Sigma NA, with these two still alive on their team, a Cursed Circle plus a cross impacts coming from Alpha can deal quite a lot of damage to Alpha right here.
Yeah, but they only have under 2 minutes to do something about it.
Now Alpha is leading in terms of players right here. Of course, they
But
want
they're playing
to get a hold. Look at the positioning of Alpha right here. They don't want to get caught. Cursed Circle, Lexiter. Only the Archbishop is alive. Cursed Circle, no. Baited that Cursed Circle coming from the Sura of Alpha. No, Sigma NA is down to 1. And Alpha still has 3 members right here. Cross Impact Dispels will go off. Cursed Circles will pop out. Lexiter in a Guilty Fist to finish off this match as Alpha will be getting round number 2.
Yeah, very patient for Alpha in that case to finish off that game or to close out that game. So it was a different approach for Sigma NA. So this time around, it felt like Alpha was a lot more prepared on what Sigma wants to do. So if you watch the replay or if you were able to see it, it was the sorcerer who was able to counter the suicidal destruction. I forgot the exact name of that skill, but the sorcerer was able to execute it and basically counter the offense of the mechanic. So yeah, it nullified the damage from the suicidal destruction and eventually put their team, put Sigma NA's team in a predicament because they were not able to eliminate anyone and they basically forced themselves in. And of course, numbers advantage again for Alpha. Yeah.
Yes, and the matches are getting more intense as we go through this tournament. RKM King, second match that went into the third
1-1.
round right here.
Yeah, speaking of experience, no, Alpha really showed what made them the previous champions. Yeah, so it was, yeah, it was actually a nice, let's say, a delivery from them.
And yeah, patience is the key. Patience is the key, but who knows? Sigma NA was able to pull off that quick aggression in round number 1, maybe they will do the same thing here in round number 3 because that worked out for them, right?
Yeah.
So Alpha, if they're not prepared for that, they can get caught off guard and they might lose this match.
Yeah, because the theme of this game is like, if it's a fast game, then it's on Sigma's side. If it's a methodical, slow to the crawl game, and it's definitely going to Alpha. So again, I know who's going to win the next match. So it feels like for today's games, adaptability is the theme or the keyword. So who better adapts in their opponent's strategies and techniques? That's the team who's going to win.
Yeah, and I do believe that you need to control the pacing of the match.
Yeah.
Whoever controls the pacing of the match will be able to take this victory, especially in this map, which is all about choke points, all about the map awareness, the scouting, and all those important things that you need to do. So like mechanics wise or technicality wise, it's really important to have a lot of those things covered for your team. So that's why a lot of the teams utilize a different approach when it comes to playing on this map compared to how it was on the preliminaries.
Yeah, because let's say the information battle has been for Alpha in game number 2, because they have the Sura basically going in and out, checking for the opponents. But then again, they still have their Shadow Chaser that was able to scout where exactly Sigma NA is, and the team was able to decide that they can move to the top section of the map, and of course proceed to plant their defenses there. Because the moment Sigma NA identifies that this Alpha was at the top of the map, they decided to go on the offensive. But then again, since Alpha was able to put up their defenses and was able to predict what Sigma wants, it felt like Sigma was trapped at that moment and was not able to execute their game plan properly.
And yeah, maybe a fast-paced match is better for Sigma NA. So let's see what will happen in round number 3. I'm quite excited, RKM Kingon, who will be able to go or to move on to the next round.
Yeah. And of course, let's not take it away from Alpha that they can, or they might be able to play fast as well. So let's see who's going to execute it properly this time around.
As you can see, Sigma NA is there on the left side. Alpha is on the right. Both teams are getting ready for this match. Starting in 2, 1. Sigma NA, let's see, will they go for that push? Okay, that quick push. No, they're still going to go and hold that spot right there at the bottom. And this is going to be a repeat of what happened in round number 2. They're just going to wait each other out. And they don't want to go for that aggressive play. Alpha maybe will repeat what they did in round number 1. Okay, they will rotate right now. Alpha is rotating. They will hold and try to get a glimpse of where Sigma NA is, but they don't know but the positioning of Sigma NA just yet. Sigma NA doesn't want to, needs to make sure that they have a decent target for that suicidal destruction to connect before they actually utilize that one. So that's why the Sura is going to be on front of Sigma NA. I think they have no idea where Alpha is currently. Oh no, they have an idea now because that Sura just went in. Traps will go off. Okay, no one got caught. Some vacuums on the floor right here. And faint bombs will connect. Oh no. What happened right here? No, but that's a backfly here coming from that mechanic of Sigma NA. And they're just holding their ground currently. No one wants to take that extra step moving forward. Again, that full divestment going off on the side of Alpha, just stripping down that Royal Guard. He will back down here. And trample will go off. And there goes the attack here. Alpha going in. Sigma NA. 6 versus 6 right now. Cross impact. Dark Claw coming here from Alpha. Sigma NA already lost 3 members. And now the battle's still ongoing. 3 members left. 2 members left here for Sigma NA. That cross impact is dealing a lot of damage here to Sigma NA. Alpha is just tearing down the HP of that Sura, but no, that Sura is still alive even after that guillotine fist and the cross impact on the side of Alpha. They still have that Warlock, they still have that Sura. Curse Circle will connect here. And Windmill, they're just going to have
Sura
a
versus
Sura
Sura.
versus Sura right here. Well, they're just going to wait. Absorption, Curse Circle, Windmill again. I'm not sure what they are waiting for. Now they got a hold, or they know where both teams are.
Yeah,
Now
so
that
basically
Warlock of
two
Sigma
people.
NA is going for that DPS build.
Yeah, it's 2v5 without support characters, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
So Alpha's going to take their time.
Yeah, this is going to be a difficult battle for Sigma NA because Alpha just lost the Royal Guard and a Shadow Chaser, but members are still alive. Again, Soul Expansion will go off. Not enough damage here on the side of a Sigma NA to take down that Sura, but that Warlock will go down. Last member of Sigma NA is that Sura. Guillotine Fist to finish off the match as Alpha will be taking round number 3.
Yeah, so basically it's just rust for Alpha.
Mm-hmm.
So after they were able to brush it off for the first
Mm-hmm.
game, they were able to execute their game plan for the next 2 games. Well, it was a great showing for Sigma NA because they are up against the defending
Mm-hmm.
champions. Because it's not an easy battle for them.
Mm-hmm.
So very unfortunate they were not able to execute the same strategy as they did in the first match. Well, personally, I really want them to simply blitz Alpha and show them that their fast-paced game or play style is, let's say, the superior one. But
Mm-hmm.
very unfortunate that they decided to play a methodical approach.
Mm-hmm. I think
But
that's where
yeah,
Alpha shine though, RKM King.
yeah,
Sigma
that's why
NA
I'm
is really played the aggressive tactic well.
yeah, yeah. That's why I wanted Sigma to repeat what they did in game
Mm-hmm.
one,
Mm-hmm.
despite the odds of, let's say, getting eliminated. Because it's
Mm-hmm.
easy to blitz if you're at 0-0, but it's not easy to do that for, let's say, an elimination game.
Mm-hmm.
Because one wrong move, then you'll suffer or you'll get eliminated easily. But then again, playing a different play style as compared to what you've been, let's say, successful in,
Mm-hmm.
uh, definitely not the best look. But then again, the opponent, that's a takeaway from Alpha. They are a very well experienced team, and the 0-1 start did not rattle them.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
And yeah, that's it for match number 2, RKM King. It was a tough battle these past 2
Yeah.
matches that we had. All both of them went into round number 3, but let's see what will happen to match number 3. Will we head on to round number 3 here for match number 3, or will we just be sticking to 2 rounds? And yeah, who knows what will happen? So if you want to find out, make sure you stay tuned as we'll be taking a short break and we'll be back in just a bit. All right, we are back here at Ragnarok Stars 2024 GGH Qualifiers. Once again, we are your casters for tonight. This is James.
This RKM King.
And now we are getting ready for match number 3. It's going to be between Lulu's Secret Shop versus Konan. Unfortunately, we weren't able to see Lulu's Secret Shop in a battle last week at the preliminaries, but they are a team. They are a group of merchants trying to conquer the world of Ragnarok. They have been playing for years, and now's the time they want to make their presence felt. Their aim is no less than the top.
Yeah, they're going up against Konan, who's a long-time Ragnarok players who are here to show you that they are truly the best in playing Ragnarok online. So again, they are here for not just for participation trophies. They are here for the actual thing, which is the GGH Qualifiers Championship. And of course, together with the very generous rewards for our qualifier or our qualifying champions.
Maybe later, RKM King, we can dive deep into the rewards that the winning team will have here for the ROS 2024 GGH qualifiers. But let's talk about that later, as match number 3 is going to start in just a bit. Some teams are just getting ready, making sure they are set up correctly. And yeah, what are your predictions for match number 3, RKM King?
Oh, well, Konan has been like a strong team from day one. So I cannot expect anything from Lulu Secret Shop because as we can see from
we haven't
seen them technically, and as we can see from Alpha, they were not able to play the first game or the first match or during the first week. And of course, the other team, in this case Konan, has the advantage of, let's say, an experience, and of course they were able to let's say adapt to the environment of this tournament. So hopefully Lulu Secret Shop can execute their plans well and not be taken away by their, let's say, jitters, or and hopefully Lady Luck is with them for their first game.
And let's see what will happen in round number 1. Actually, Konan moving at the top side right here. Will we be seeing a waiting game for these two teams, or will they be going for that aggressive play at the beginning of this match? Again, it's still the beginning technically of this match, since nothing much has happened currently, but yeah, I think that they are both going to wait things out and find an opportunity to strike. They're more on to that tactical gameplay, waiting for both or their opposing team to make a mistake right here, while Konan just waiting there at their side. Lulu's Secret Shop is sending scouts here for their team, while Konan is just waiting. Of course, both of them have quite a decent information on where their opponents are at, but no one wants to make a move. Shadow Chaser of Lulu's Secret Shop wants to go in, maybe just trying to disarm some of the traps that are placed on the floor currently on the side of Konan. But Lulu's Secret Shop, I think, is going to push in with that mechanic first. Suicidal Destruction probably. But yeah, both teams are going to utilize that mechanic. So it's going to be a tough battle for these two teams. Konan just waiting on their side. Lulu's Secret Shop. No, the mechanic, it wants to push in. Shadow Chaser is going to go in as well. No, not yet. Not yet. Both teams just waiting on each other right now. While Konan is sending their Sura out to scout things at the bottom or the middle part of the map. The vacuums are getting closer on the Lulu Secret Shop side. Konan, they don't want to push to that choke point on the bridge, because again, A mechanic. Look at the mechanic of Lulu's Secret Shop. The mechanic is ready. Just front slide, then suicidal destruction. He's already ready right here. If Lulu's Secret, or rather if Konan tries to push in from there, just front slide, suicidal destruction, and they can probably deal a lot of damage to Konan. While on the side of Konan, their mechanic is just chilling there. Some buffs, of course, for their teammates. Rune Knight just there on in front, just trying to scout what the other team is doing.
Yeah, 3 minutes have passed, and feels like no one wants to engage.
No one wants to engage just yet.
Yeah, I think we have to wait until it's like 2 minutes or less than 2 minutes before these two teams decide to go.
But Konan is rotating right now. Konan sending their Sura in. Konan, no. We have some land protectors on the floor. They will be meeting each other. Konan just rotated. No, Lulu's Secret Shop doesn't want to engage just yet. They don't want to engage. Lulu's Secret Shop doesn't want to engage yet. So they are trying to avoid the battle against Konan currently. So it's up to Konan on how they want to catch Lulu's Secret Shop right here. But Lulu's Secret Shop, I think Lulu's Secret Shop really wants to utilize that mechanic play, because they're looking for decent spots that they can utilize that suicidal destruction. And now it's Lulu's Secret Shop's turn into scouting out what's going to happen, and a lot of them are using cloaks and hides. And yeah, Lulu's Secret Shop pushing in. Konan, it will there be a clash. Earth Dive will be casted there to remove a little bit of that land protector on the floor. The spells will go off right here, while absorptions, Konan going in, and Konan just taking down members here, or rather Lulu's Secret Shop took down one member of Konan. Guillotine Fist will connect. Lulu's Secret Shop will lose one member, and some Lex Eternas cross impact targeting that sorcerer. Masquerade Ignorance on that sorcerer as well. Curse Circle coming from Konan, catching two, or rather that Shadow Chaser of Lulu's Secret Shop. Cross impacts will connect. Lulu's Secret Shop down to 3 members right here. Royal Guard, Archbishop, and Shadow Chaser. But what else can they do? Royal Guard is still up here on the side of Lulu's Secret Shop. And Archbishop just went down. Royal Guard is the only one left, as Konan will be getting round number 1. RKM King, it was quite a messy play, but it worked out for Konan, I guess.
Yeah. Well, let's just say that that's basically the first game for Lulu Secret Shop in this tournament. So yeah, they might be experiencing some communication issues, because they basically run away. So that's the only thing that I can see from what they're planning to do. They were not able to engage properly, and of course Konan was able to set their defenses up. So it felt like they switched positions. But this time around, the Lulu Secret Shop was not able to deal with the defenses set by Konan. And from there, despite initiating, they were not able to get a decent amount of people. So yeah, therefore they got eliminated.
It was quite a long battle for these two teams. Again, just waiting for what your opponent will do next. Again, like what I said, information is important, but I guess you need to make something work. You need to be aggressive in a way that won't hinder your performance in the match. And I guess Lulu's Secret Shop, from what I can see, they're waiting for a decent spot where that mechanic can land that suicidal destruction perfectly. So I think that's going to be their entry skill for them to be able to, utilize or attack Konan perfectly. But for Konan though, they're utilizing that guillotine cross well. Again, targeting that sorcerer, and using that Shadow Chaser to cast those debuffs against Lulu's
Mm.
Secret Shop. They made it work for their side. Although it was a little bit sloppy, um, they executed it well for them to be able to win round number one.
Mm. Yeah, because Lulu's Secret Shop, what all this, their mechanic was, or tried to
Mm-hmm.
enter the fray of the Koponan, but was instantly dispelled and was punished upon entry. So it was not a great initiation for them.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully they can find the perfect spot for their initiation, because technically spending like 4 minutes trying to find that perfect spot does not fit their lineup well.
Mm-hmm.
Because yeah, so they should be able to move things, let's say, quickly, since they're also sporting a, let's say, a shadow chaser.
Mm-hmm.
It felt like the match was dragged up to such a point that they have to do something, or they felt like they need to do something.
Mm-hmm.
But unfortunately, again, the defenses of Koponan was already placed. So yeah, so it was an easy defense for them.
Yeah.
So picking apart what Lulu Secret Shop wanted to do.
Mm-hmm. Well, let's see what's going to happen here in round number two. I guess we could say that both these teams don't want to go for that early game push, that
Mm.
very very aggressive play mechanic style. Push curse circle, maybe suicidal destruction, or maybe push in with that warlock using stasis, just utilizing that warlock well. So I don't think we'll be seeing those from these two teams
Mm.
just yet, but maybe they are waiting for, yeah, maybe we will see it in round number two or maybe round three later on. But yeah, they're just waiting for the right play, I
Mm.
guess. And yeah, like what we've been saying all along, information is key. There are choke points in the map. You don't want to get caught in those choke points, like what we've seen from match number one, getting caught in that
Mm.
choke point. I guess it was Dark Descendants who got
Yeah.
caught in that choke point in match number one. They don't want to. They don't want that same incident to happen to their team. So they don't want to, just blindly push without information on where the characters of your opponents are.
Yeah, sometimes the threat of the suicidal destruction is actually, let's say, more effective than the actual suicidal destruction
Mm-hmm.
itself, because the other team was not able to execute their strategies properly with the fear in mind that they might get SD.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why maybe both of these teams are kind of careful in executing their plans.
Mm-hmm. Well, suicidal destruction is really a powerful skill to utilize, although can get countered. But if you play it really well and execute it really well, things will turn out differently. Surak or Circle, no, catching that mechanic only. And front slide suicide destruction, taking no one down here on the side of Koponan. Now Koponan actually took
Oh,
down a lot of members here
5 man down.
from Lulu's Secret Shop. And now Lulu's Secret Shop, with that only member left, will get taken down
Oh
as
my god.
Koponan will be getting a round number two.
Very swift round number two. I wasn't able to see it, but it was kind of unfortunate because the initiation from Lulu Secret Shop using that Sura was actually decent,
Mhm.
but the follow up damage was not there, or did it miss?
I think that Sura was a little bit too fast.
Yeah, I think so. But then again, they were able to get, let's say, their desired target,
Mhm.
but the follow up wasn't there.
Yeah, but I think the curse circle coming from that Sura from Lula's Secret Shop actually caught like two members of
Mm,
Kopanan. But they have that target in mind right there. But that mechanic of Lula's Secret Shop went for a different spot to cast that suicidal destruction. Because when that Sura went in with that curse circle, as you can see, Koponan just split. they went in different directions in order for them to not get caught, because they were kind of expecting that suicidal destruction to hit or to connect or maybe to get casted on them, but they were able to counter it perfectly. That's why they won this round.
Yeah, I'm trying to watch the replay on what actually happened in that initiation.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think uh getting the mechanic first could have been a high value
Mm-hmm.
target. Yeah, it felt like they could have gone on the mechanic instead of chasing after the other members.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so in that case, they weren't able to execute properly,
Mm-hmm.
or should I say, the follow-up damage is not there.
Yes, and yeah, it was a very quick round number 2 here. Unfortunately for Lulu Secret Shop, they will be dropping down from the competition as Konan will be moving on to the semifinals. RKM King, I know we have a lot of thoughts, but match 4 is getting ready and they're getting set up here for their match. Match 4 is going to be between Vindicated and KOS. And
Mm.
I know we are all excited to watch the last match here to see who will be the final team who will be moving on to the semifinals. So yeah, before that happens, we'll be taking a very, very short break. When we come back, it's going to be match number 4 of the ROS 2024 GGH Qualifiers Secondaries. So stay tuned and we'll be right back. And we are back here at the ROS 2024 GGH Qualifier Secondaries. And yeah, it's time for match number 4. Last match for tonight is going to be between Vindicated versus KOS, who will be moving on to the semifinals, or rather, who will be the last team that will move on,
Mm.
that will be going to the semifinals. It's our first time seeing Vindicated in action, and Vindicated, the word Vindicated, which comes from the Latin word vindicatus, originally meant to avenge or revenge, but its meaning soon shifted to clear from censure or doubt by means of demonstration. When you are vindicated, your name is cleared. You might also prove that you're right about something. Some deep words right here for vindicated.
Yeah, let's see if they can do something about KOS, because they might get killed on sight.
Mm-hmm.
Because basically, they are not just a team, it's a phenomenon, so comprised of highly skilled players. Each member brings unparalleled expertise, strategic brilliance, and unwavering determination to the game. Their synergy is unmatched, their tactics are revolutionary, and their execution is flawless. So
Mm-hmm.
the upcoming ROS 2024 tournament, KO is set to redefine the boundaries of competitive gaming with their eyes on the prize and their hearts in the game. They are prepared to outmaneuver, outsmart, and outperform their opponents. So brace yourselves for breathtaking plays, innovative strategies, and a relentless pursuit of victory.
Mm-hmm.
So again, that's KOS for you.
Yeah.
So that
And this is going to be a tough battle between two dedicated teams from two dedicated teams in competing here in this competition. Again, I think for Vindicated, they have some members that were previously competitors in ROS or Ragnarok Stars 2023 last year, that was held in Indonesia. So I guess they can bring their experience here to the game and see what they will do here for this match. All right. Right now we have Vindicated on the left side and KOS on the right side of this map. Both teams getting ready. Will we see an early aggressive play coming from these two teams, or will we see a waiting game or a patient battle? No, I think both teams moving in. KOS with half HP of their Sura. KOS just moved up to the top side of the map to hold that choke point, and Vindicated as well will be going to that side and to the other end of that bridge. But vacuums will go off here on the end of that bridge, of course, to stop KOS from quickly pushing in. KOS has that mechanic, while Vindicated has that mechanic as well, but they have that Rune Knight in their arsenal. So let's see what will happen here. KOS is just trying to scout with their Sura. Sura snapping in with half HP. Very, very dangerous. You need to move in with your Royal Guard, I guess, in order for you to not get caught and quickly get eliminated from the round. And the Vindicated just waiting for KOS to push in as they see their Sura, or as they see the Sura of KOS being quite aggressive here, just scouting things from on the side of a Vindicated. KOS putting a lot of safety walls on the floor. I think they want to stop that suicidal destruction from hitting. That's why they have that a lot of safety walls on the floor right here, in order for them to maybe somehow dissipate the damage that will come off from that suicidal destruction. But if KOS decides to push in, they need to get ready, as KOS is now starting to rotate here at the bottom side of the map, while Vindicated is going to be here at the upper left side of the map, still waiting for KOS to push in. I don't know if Vindicated is aware that KOS already moved to a different direction, but I think they are, as vacuums will get casted here on their backside, while KOS will try and hold this spot. No, Stormgust will get casted right here. Sura scouting things out. Vindicated pushing in. Snaps will go in. Sura front line in the battle. Vacuums will go off on the floor. Who will get caught right here? Sura curse circle. No! No one got caught here. And Suicidal Destruction will connect here, as both teams will lose 2 members. 4 versus 4 right now. 3 versus 4. Vindicated has 3 members compared to KOS with 4 members left. Vindicated down to 2 right now. KOS still has 4. Sura and Sorcerer left for Vindicated right here. And they are just going to rotate, wait for an opportunity to strike. But I don't know if this Sura is ready to deal damage here in this match. KOS just waiting for that moment to attack. I think they need to scout where their opponents are right now. Guillotine cross.
Yeah, but unfortunately for them, they don't have that much damage to eliminate 4 people, because the Archbishop of KOS is still there. It's an uphill battle in order for them to win this. They really have KOS has to help them.
Okay, Full Throttle got committed though. Full Throttle got committed. Let's see what will happen. Sorcerer going in. Land Protector, of course, will go off. Dispels will connect. Guillotine Fist taking down. No! Actually, Guillotine Fist connected also, but that Sura will also, Sorcerer will get eliminated while that Sura is still alive. It's going to be 1 versus 2. 1 versus 2 battle. And the Warlock is the only one left to deal damage for KOS. Sura still alive for Vindicated. White Imprison will go off. Ruwax Guilty Fist. The Warlock will go
Oh my
down.
god.
It's going to be Sura versus
What a turnaround.
Archbishop. What a turnaround. Indeed, RKM King. As you can see, Sura, I don't know if he still has potions or SC potions to deal or to use another one of those Guilty Fists, but I think he has. And that's Archbishop just needs to wait. And Curse Circle, no, he got caught. Guillotine Fist, safety
Oh
wall
my God.
didn't land at the right time as Vindicated will be getting round number 1.
They made me eat my words.
My goodness.
The moment I mentioned they don't have enough damage, they were able to eliminate 4 people with just 2.
They prove
So,
you
yeah.
wrong, RKMK.
Yeah, that's what I like.
Uh-huh. But that sorcerer though of Vindicated committed that full throttle.
Yeah.
Again, they won't be able to use that in the coming rounds because that has a long cooldown. But yeah, what an intense battle right here. What a comeback for Vindicated to win that round.
Yes.
My goodness.
So this is going to be a very difficult pill to swallow for KOS. They should have, or they could have played it better in terms of being, let's say, defensive, because the time remaining, that's something that they should have considered. They should have leveraged their numbers. But then again, kudos to Vindicated, because again, all praises to them because they were able to make something out of technically nothing. Yeah, could have been an easy loss if they basically accepted it right there and then. But then again, the Sura has a different plan, I guess.
Yeah, I think KOS still had that Guillotine Cross alive as well.
Yeah.
Guillotine Cross, Archbishop, Warlock. I don't remember who's the last guy that was alive for KOS. But yeah, they would be able to easily win that round. But
yeah, they have a
unfortunately,
Warlock.
yeah, the skills were committed. Again, it was a really nice play from the sorcerer of Vindicated committing that full throttle to get more stats, to get more damage, I guess, or to get more defense for yourself. And he used himself as bait for his Sura to go in using that curse circle, maybe catch someone, and that Sura just chose the right target to attack. To use that Guillotine Fist on. And they are really ready for what's to come here in this competition. While KOS, on the other hand, I think they still have a lot of things to show us, because that was just round number 1. We still have round number 2, and maybe we will head on to round number 3. And it was a tense battle here at the start of this match.
A lot of things went right for KOS at the beginning. But then again, closing out a game is a completely different story. So in that case, an almost win will not count in the scoreboard. So they have to clean it out or make sure that they can close out with such an advantage, especially with the remaining characters that they have. Yeah, that's why that's why I mentioned that it was an uphill battle for them for Vindicated to actually win such a matchup, because the remaining characters for KOS includes an Archbishop, which could have prolonged the match, or should I say prevented such meltdown to happen. But then again, 4v2, kudos to Vindicate.
Yeah, I think that land protector from that sorcerer of Vindicated just prevented safety walls from getting casted. It was a really nice play from Vindicated. I gotta give props to that 2 versus 4 play right there. But yeah, the match isn't over just yet. Round number 2 is going to start in just a bit. Both teams are just getting ready. Of course, they need to restock on pots or potions. They probably used up a lot of those potions there in round number 1, especially that Sura with a lot with those Guillotine Fist connecting left and right. So I think they need to restock on pots, make sure they have they repair their items and such. But yeah, I'm quite excited to see what's going to happen in round number 2. Again, maybe an intense battle will fold, or maybe there will be an aggressive play coming from one of these two teams to shake things up here in round number 2.
Yeah, so hopefully we can get the same intense match up, or
Mhm.
should I say intense round
Mhm.
from these two teams. So again, KOS's stay in the tournament is on the line.
Mhm.
So let's see if they can come up with a better strategy, or they can rise to the occasion, or will their meltdown continue to round number 2 and get themselves eliminated.
Mhm.
So hopefully we can see a game number 3.
Yes, and those we might see it here, depending on the performance of these two teams. Again, Vindicated on the left side, KOS on the right. Both teams getting ready. I would want to see an aggressive early game play coming from one of these two teams. To
Mm.
force maybe a round number 3. But yeah, let's see what will happen. Round has just started. Oh, we will be seeing an aggressive play. Front slide here, Suicide Destruction connected. It's going to be 6 versus 6. Another Suicide Destruction on the side of KOS. 5 versus 5 right now. It's an early game battle. Guillotine Cross dealing damage. 4 versus 4 cross impact. And now 3 members left for KOS right now. Guillotine Fist will connect KOS down to 2 members. Guillotine Cross is alive along with that mechanic. And they're still dealing damage here. KOS just taking down the competition. Look at that. 2 versus 2 right now. Archbishop and Guillotine Cross left for Vindicated, while KOS has that mechanic and Guillotine Cross. Although that Guillotine Cross of Vindicated has more support. That Archbishop is left. KOS almost got that mechanic taken down. And you can see what will happen. Cross impact, no. Will connect here, but not enough to take down KOS. Ruax will go down on the floor, and KOS will get taken down.
Oh.
Vindicated will be winning this round number 2.
Round number
Oh
2
my
is such a
goodness.
brawl.
Wow, my goodness. Oh, wow.
Yeah, it felt like they
Oh,
decided that it's going to end now.
it was such a close fight. Again, both teams losing members left and right.
Yeah.
Just trying to take down the opposing members. Again, the Vindicated almost lost that one if they didn't, regroup and re-strategize. Because it was 4 versus 2. Guillotine Cross and Mechanic was left on the side of KOS.
Actually, they were able to deal with the Sura.
They were able to
So
deal
that's
with the
yeah,
Sura, yes.
that's something that that made this more intense, because the MVP of the first match, which is the Sura, was actually eliminated at that point. So
Mhm.
the mechanic and the guillotine cross proved to have that kind of control and damage. But then again, in this time around, the Archbishop of Vindicated showed that with a support character, ADPS class can actually
Mhm.
shine. So he was able to protect both of them, and of course managed to eliminate the mechanic and the guillotine cross.
Yeah,
But again, it was such a brawl.
it was a very very intense battle coming from you know this final match for tonight. And yeah, I gotta hand it to our teams. Really really neck and neck competition. Wow.
It felt like the intensity of the matches have increased by a notch, I
Mm-hmm.
guess, as compared to what we had last week. So, well, basically the odds, or should I say uh the matches are a little bit more difficult, because uh the odds of them going to the final match
Mm-hmm.
is right here. So we are looking at the final four of our tournament.
Mm-hmm.
So again, these two teams have shown us that they can actually do something. And unfortunately for KOS, Vindicated is like this better than them, like just this
Yes.
close. Yeah.
It was a very very close match between these two teams. But yeah, it just makes it more exciting to see what will happen at the semifinals of this tournament. The semifinals of Ragnarok Stars 2024 GGH qualifiers will be happening on Wednesday. That's going to be on the 14th of August 2024. It will happen at the same time, 8 p.m., 10 p.m. Singaporean time or GMT plus 8. So hopefully you all will stay tuned for that. Yeah, again, a very, very intense competition for tonight. RKM King, what are your thoughts overall for what unfolded tonight?
Well, again, as I mentioned, it doesn't matter if it's a 2-0 or a 2-1. As long as the matches are competitive, it will actually deliver an entertaining showcase for everyone. So as what the teams have shown us, let's say the first two matches went to 2-1, very entertaining. The next two matches went to 2-0, again, same, entertaining.
Mhm.
So especially the last match, it could have been an 0-2 for KOS. It could have been an easy 2-0, or should I say, it could have been a 2-0 for KOS and 2-0 for Vindicated. It's just
Mm.
that some things work well in your favor.
Mhm.
So in this case, despite having an advantage, one team was able to do something, or let's say save themselves from being down from an 0-1 hole.
Mhm.
And of course, at the last match, it felt intense because KOS tried their best to, to fight back despite being in the what you call this, not being, or should I say, despite them being in a disadvantage. But then again, Vindicated was able to push through with the Archbishop and the Guillotine Cross. And yeah, I'm looking forward to better matches.
Yes,
So again, I
especially
think,
in the
yeah,
semifinals, right? RKM King.
yeah, I think we can have better matches when the stakes are a lot higher as compared to this one. But then again, every match or every series that we watched are basically one and done. There's no second chances for these teams. So
Yes.
after that match, you'll get eliminated. So yeah, that's why the intensity and the excitement should always be there. So
Yes.
hopefully our final four can deliver. So again, doesn't matter if it's 2-0, 2-1. Again,
Let's see. See what
mm,
happen. And congratulations to our teams who will be moving on to the semifinals. Vindicated, Lamboing Darling, Alpha, and Konan. And yeah, it's going to be more intense from this forward on. And yeah, RKM King, it's been a long night. And that's it for tonight's matches. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the matches as much as we did. It was there were some quick matches, there were some long matches, but overall these teams showed the competition what they are made of, and brought their A game, and they wanted to win it all, and I guess
mm,
they're just trying to show that they are the best and represent GGH in the upcoming Ragnarok Stars 2024. With that said, RKM King, I guess that's going to be it for tonight. Again,
yes,
next live stream of Ragnarok Stars 2024 will be on Wednesday, August 14, 2024, 8 to 10 p.m. GMT plus 8. So I hope you guys can stay tuned for that. We'll watch that as well. And
yeah.
yeah, that's it for night. Again, we are your shoutcasters. This is James.
This is RKM King
And
signing off.
signing off. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Gravity.